This, Rabotai Yekarim, is one of the foundations of our Torah. A moment you're going to have a test, a big test. This is the type of stuff that hopefully you'll be reminded of and not do it. Loving Hashem is a wonderful thing to acquire. But the reality is that loving Hashem by itself is not going to stop you from sinning. It won't stop you from sinning. Being afraid will stop you from sinning. And that's why it's actually something that you see in our Siddur. Tehillim say, Ovre be'emek habacha, ma'ayin yashetu, those who pass through the valley of tears into a wellspring. So the Gemara Masechet Bava Metzia says, what is this valley of tears? What is it? It says that's one of the chambers in Gehenom. This, Rabotai Yekarim, is actually part of our mincha. Every Jew has to do it at least once a day. You start with Arvit, saying, Hashem, we're praying because in case we sin, we don't want you to destroy us. Right in the beginning of the prayer. The point is, Rabotai, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world in such a way that we operate best based on fear. You don't speed on the highway because you don't want to get a ticket, you don't want to get into an accident, you don't want to hurt somebody else, and so on and so forth. We don't take stuff that doesn't belong to us because we don't want to get caught, we don't want to be embarrassed, we don't want to hurt somebody else, and so on and so forth. We don't sit at home and do nothing instead of and go to work instead, even though we don't like work. The reality is we go to work even though we don't want to. Why? Because we don't want to be homeless, we don't want to starve to death, and so on and so forth. We don't yell at our spouse and insult them because, again, we know that if we do yell at them, we do insult them, it'll hurt the marriage, it'll hurt the relationship, it'll hurt a lot of things. Loving Hashem is fantastic. It's just not something that, first of all, everybody can acquire. Number two, you can't acquire it without fearing Hashem first anyway. And three, that by itself is not going to stop you from sinning. That love of Hashem is not by itself going to stop you from cheating on your wife. There are many guys that cheat on their wife even though they love them. There are many women that cheat on their husband even though they love them. There was a recent horrible statistic that came out of Eretz Yisrael, Hashem Yirachem, and they said that women and men are just as likely to cheat on each other now. In the past, there was a men's problem because of their physical desires. Apparently, the women have become like men. They're just as likely to cheat on each other. Wait, but they all love each other. They all said, oh, I love them at first sight. I love her at first sight. Okay, so why'd you cheat on her? Oh, well, you love her though, no? Yeah, I love her. Why? Because love by itself does not stop us from doing stupid things. Primary thing that a person has to have is Yirat Shamayim. And that's where the Gemara says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu only created the world for you to fear Him. You have to acquire Yirat Shamayim so you don't sin. Because when you sin, you disconnect from Him. When you disconnect from Him, He's forced to punish you. He doesn't want to punish you, but He's forced to do it. Why? Because there has to be a reward and a punishment system in this world. If just Am Yisrael was scared of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Mashiach would arrive immediately. Better yet, if 10 Jews, Minyan, all had Yirat Shamayim under one roof, they're all here for Hashem Himself, the Gemara says Mashiach arrives on the spot. Whether we like it, whether we agree with it is irrelevant. We're not the ones running the world. If the whole world was scared of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the world would simply be Gan Eden. But the point is, Rabotai Yekarim, that's how valuable Yirat Shamayim is. If you watch these shiurim on a regular basis, you'll build a Yirat Shamayim. You'll build a foundation of fearing Hashem, at least you're not going to make any purposeful sins. This is going to help you fall in love with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Actually enjoy your life for what it really is. Learn the Torah, learn the beautiful things, learn some of the scary things and see how they are also beautiful as well. But really have a true connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and not just be one of these fakers that walks around as if they're a perfect tzaddik, as if they have everything good, and no matter what they do, Hashem is going to give them the Gan Eden. The beard grows by itself, doesn't make you religious. The suit doesn't make you religious. On Wall Street, I also wore suits. What makes you religious is how you act and what's inside you and what comes out of your mouth. That's what makes you religious. If you allow your eyes to look at Torah, to look at good things, that's already a great start. If you allow good things to come out of your mouth, like Divrei Torah, like compliments, like good things, honesty, that's good. If you go to places that are good, full of holiness, full of Kedusha, that's good. If you look the part, that makes you perfect. That makes you perfect person to go to Gan Eden. That's what Hashem wants. But if you don't want to do that, you want to eat McDonald's once in a while because you like the cheeseburger, you like the chicken sandwich from Burger King, you want to walk around with a shirt that's just a little bit tight so they can see exactly how your body's shaped, you want to walk around with a short skirt so everybody says, wow, you're looking good today, you're going to do a lot of those things, then guess what? You're destroying yourself. It's like somebody that jumps off of a bridge. There's nothing you can do, you already jumped. So these shiurim, it's not necessarily something that you need to learn all day, every day. But it's something that you need to learn enough until you understand your role in this world. That you are here to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He's not here to serve you. If you're tired because you don't think that you're supposed to be a servant of Hashem, that means I haven't done a good enough job yet. So now I'm going to tell you what's really going to happen. Why? Because you need to be a servant of Hashem. That's the job. That's the point of this world. That's why you exist. You exist to serve Hashem. It's not as hard as you would think, I promise you. And trust me when I tell you, even if you find it extremely difficult to be modest among all of the immodest women around you, extremely difficult not to eat taref, to eat non-kosher because you have a big appetite for non-kosher things. You're addicted to, shrimp or something, the bugs of the sea. You're addicted to the cockroaches of the ocean. Call them lobster. You're addicted to it. Trust me when I tell you, it's going to be much harder in Gehinnom. Why? Because over there they force feed you. You understand? Here you chose. So even if it's hard for you not to waste seed, hard for you not to not touch somebody that's not your wife, hard for you not to let a man touch you when he's not your husband, hard for you to give tzedakah, because you love your money so much you want it all for yourself, hard for you to fulfill the Torah, hard for you to learn Torah, it's hard for you. Trust me when I tell you, as hard as it is in the beginning, it's not even 1% of 1% of 1% as hard as Gehinnom is for the first minute. And Gehinnom only gets more hard. So this is what we need to learn in order to have at least a foundation, to get an understanding that this is what our role is in this world. And the best part about it is that once a person accepts that she's a servant of Hashem, she's a representation of Hashem, he's a representation of Hashem, he's a servant of Hashem, guess what? All of a sudden, the mitzvot become fun. Why? That's my job. If my job is to fulfill the Torah and do mitzvot, then that means that every time I did it, you're going to get some gratification out of it. Why? You did a job. You did a good job. You kept Shabbat. You're happy at the end of Shabbat. Wow, I kept the whole Shabbat by myself. You ate kosher. Baruch Hashem. Look, I ate, and I said a bracha in the beginning and at the end. You feel a sense of achievement, believe it or not. Eating becomes significant. Why? Because it's not just you eating to just fulfill your appetite. It's even your eating becomes serving of Hashem. It's not that you're just reading and okay, you got smarter. No, now you're reading Torah. You're actually learning about HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You're learning more things to do. How to serve Him even better. Your reading becomes significant. It's not that you just walk down the street and it's just like everybody else, you go to the store. No, during that walk to the street, you watch your eyes. Everything that's immodest, you look away. So even you walking to the store, to the deli, to the supermarket, to the laundromat, becomes a mission for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Why? I didn't look. I didn't look where I don't belong. Going outside as a Bat Yisrael, you are a walking Kiddush Hashem. Why? Everybody's looking at you. Instead of looking at all the immodest women, they're looking at the one modest one. And everybody else is naked. This is the only one that looks like a queen. You're a walking Kiddush Hashem. Everyone wants to marry the princess. You walk around as a modest woman, you are sanctifying HaKadosh Baruch Hu's name simply by existing. A married woman walking around with a kisui rosh, a hat or a scarf on her head, the opposite of everybody else. It's even more significant in this generation. But then, Rabotai Yekarim, if a person doesn't do anything that the Torah here says, then just know the Zohar Kadosh says that for every single body part they sinned, one of the things that they will experience in Chibuta Kever, in the grave, is that there will be a spiritual snake coming out of every single hole and every single part of their body that sinned. If they sinned with their brit, there's going to be a spiritual snake there, constantly torturing them in that area. If she walked around without kisui rosh, all of our hair is going to turn into snakes, like Medusa. I'm not even giving you 1% of what it says, and it's already scaring me, and I'm telling you. It's not worth it. As hard as doing tshuva is, trust me, it's much, much easier than the consequence of not doing tshuva. Because all of us at some point leave this world. Be'ezrat Hashem, it's after all of us do tshuva, regardless of the age. Who cares about the age as long as you did tshuva? It doesn't matter when you die. It matters if you did tshuva before you died. If you did tshuva, then you go in a great, fantastic place for eternity. What difference does it make that you're leaving this world at 30, at 40, at 90, at 100? Who cares? You're going to an eternal place of good. Yeah, the people behind you, they're sad because you're not around anymore and so on. But if they really know that you're a tzaddik, you're a tzaddikah, you're going to Gan Eden, they're happy when you die. Why? He's going to eternity. He's going to eternity of good. Who cares when you die as long as you did tshuva first? But if you died without doing tshuva, Hashem Yachem, even if you died at 120, it actually makes the case worse. Why? You made more sins. Made more sins, made more judgment. So instead of thinking, when you look at people, instead of saying happy birthday to people and thinking, hopefully he lasts a long time, hopefully she lasts a long time. No, hopefully they do tshuva. That should be your prayer for yourself, your prayer for everybody else. That's the number one thing. Why? Because if a person does tshuva, they connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu while they're alive, they're assured to have an eternity of good. And that's the best thing that you could ever give somebody. What do you think? Hashem is not going to give you even more money so you can help even more people when you're helping all of his kids come home? Help people do tshuva. That's the only thing you should do. People that help people do tshuva. Unfortunately, there's not many. But actually people that help people do tshuva, like change their life, not many. Tshuva means that you help somebody change their life. Their lifestyle, the way they look at the world, their perspective of the world, what they're going to do in this world, they change their life.